Your boy is hungry, but only for the best food at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Come with me as we rank every restaurant at Disney's wildest park. Meow. When it comes to dining in Disney World, things can get pretty overwhelming with all the different options and price points. So today, we're hanging out in Animal Kingdom to tell you what is and isn't worth your money when it comes to eating in the wildest park in Orlando. Now, for the purposes of today, we will be skipping generic popcorn stands, pretzel stands, things like that. We're going to focus on things that are Animal Kingdom specific. Where do these rankings come from, you might ask? Well, you can actually review any restaurant in Disney World over on AllEars.net. If you had a good experience, if you had a bad experience, we want you to be honest. We want you to go to AllEars.net and leave a review. That way, people can better plan their trips. The people need to know. It's like you're our secret reporters. Thank you, secret reporters. For the purposes of today, I'm going to compare each restaurant to an animal that you can find here at Animal Kingdom. I'm going to try my best to get through some of the locations that have 0 reviews, and because they have 0 reviews, it doesn't mean that they're necessarily bad. It just means that no one has reviewed them yet, which means you are welcome to do. But the reason probably people haven't reviewed them yet is because it's not a make or break for their park experience. Like this, Creature Comforts. Creature Comforts is going to be your Starbucks location here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Creature Comforts is going to be your Starbucks location for Animal Kingdom. Every park currently has a Starbucks location. Over at Magic Kingdom, it's the Main Street Bakery. Hollywood Studios, the Red Trolley Car Cafe, Epcot, Connections Cafe, and here Creature Comforts. I will say one of my favorite things to do if I'm here for an Animal Kingdom day, specifically if we're doing a perfect day, I love to start my relaxing day by getting a iced vanilla latte from Creature Comforts and walking the Tree of Life Gardens. It gets you super close to the Tree of Life. It's away from the crowds. There's peaceful waterfalls. It's really nice. I love starting my Animal Kingdom day that way. If you've ever been to a Starbucks, that's Creature Comforts. You got coffee, you've got lattes, you got tea, you got pastries and such, souvenir mugs, Starbucks. However, if I was going to give the Creature Comforts an animal, it would be the tamarind monkey. Little thing. Very cute. Why? Because they actually have a drink inspired by the tamarind monkey. So when you purchase that drink, proceeds go to the tamarind monkey for conservation and such, which I think is awesome. Here we have 8 Spoon Cafe. That's going to be a permanent stand. This is where you can grab your mac and cheese, as well as your mac and cheese with pulled pork. But the big thing here that we talk about a lot is the pulled pork jelly donut sandwich. Now, you're not just going to find mac and cheese and pulled pork and weird donut sandwiches here. You can also find your Mickey pretzels, your churros, your soft drinks, the occasional Corona. But this is more or less going to be your baked macaroni and cheese served with pulled pork hack, I suppose, because they actually do have the exact same thing over at Tree BBQ, but this frequently has less of a line. However, I do not love the pulled pork jelly donut sandwich. Typically, I love sweet things with salty things. It's a fun mixture. However, I felt that the jelly and the pork made it a little slimy, which is why the animal for 8 Spoon Cafe is going to be a warthog. You can find it on the Kilimanjaro Safari. Why a warthog? Because pork, and warthog is kind of like a pig. Also, the jelly donut, slimy yet satisfying. Puns. Isle of Java. And this is where you're gonna find your Joffreys and your frozen Coke. It's basically an eclectic stand here in Discovery Island because you've got your Joffreys, frozen Coke, Macau specialty beverage, ice cream bars, tiger tail chocolate twists, and a bunch of beverages with alcohol. Without being too mean to Isle of Java, because there's nothing wrong with it, but the only thing that's specific to the Isle of Java is the frozen Macau specialty drink. If it's there, sure, and something is piques your interest, use it, but I wouldn't go out of your way, not a big deal. 0 reviews on AllEars.net, so if something just happened to you at Isle of Java that you're like, wait a minute, this is the thing, this is it for me, and you've got to show some love to it, that's great. Let us know on AllEars.net, leave a review, love to hear it. Now, the animal that I would give to Isle of Java, no disrespect when I say this to this specific animal, but it's the ducks, it's the Disney ducks. There's nothing wrong with Isle of Java, but you can find those ducks anywhere, everywhere. So, Bubbles. We won't spend too long on this one, but Caravan Road. Caravan Road is a shaved ice location here in Asia. Now the reason to come to Caravan Road is for the kakigori, which is their specialty item here. It's Japanese shaved ice dessert flavored with watermelon and sweetened condensed milk, and you can actually get it with alcohol for additional cost. There's watermelon, passion fruit, pina colada, or a full just tropical shaved ice, which is mango and watermelon syrup. They are all available non-alcoholic and with alcohol. I'm sure you can guess, but what does this rank? Big ol' 0. There have been no reviews up on AllEars.net. So if you love it, if you're loving some shaved ice, if you've got to show some love to Caravan Road because you yourself have a caravan or potentially live on a road, let us know. If Caravan Road was an animal, I'm gonna go hyenas. Because every time I'm on the Kilimanjaro safari, the hyenas are sleeping. Caravan is not open right now, so it's sleeping. They're both sleeping. That's why it's a hyena. The Dawa Bar is a full bar located in the heart of Africa here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. It is a full bar, which means you can kind of order whatever you want, but they do have some specialty cocktails like the Ngumu Jungle Juice, African Margarita, Lost on Safari, and the Harambe Iced Tea. Now the Lost on Safari is actually Star African Rum and Captain Morgan Original Spiced Rum with a refreshing Pangoni Punch. And that is just a fancy way of saying hog juice. Something to note about all these open bars and these drinks in general is that Animal Kingdom is open container, which means you can basically take your drinks in most places. You can walk around. You can even walk on the animal trails, so you can grab a beverage and then head to Gorilla Falls and watch some gorillas play. But they do only have the paper straws, so if you're like me and you just can't handle the paper straws because it does weird things to you texturally, then just don't bother with a straw. There's a pretty solid seating in this outdoor covered area because you have a direct view of the, well, they're not here right now, but the African dancers and musicians who will perform on the stage and in this crowd daily. It is currently on the 0 list, which probably means it just hasn't been rated yet. So if you want to voice your opinion about how much you love or if they need to improve Dawa Bar, let us know, AllEars.net. But in the meantime, I'm gonna give the Dawa Bar the animal of the hippopotamus. Why? Because all hippos, they go to their watering hole. That's a watering hole. They pull up to the bar, their shoreline. Yes? That's what the hippopotamus. They drink a lot. Over in Asia, you're gonna find Drinkwallah, and that's gonna be your frozen beverage location. This is where you can grab your frozen lemonade, your frozen blue raspberry, your frozen Coke, which I'm definitely gonna grab one as well. But unlike many of our frozen Coke locations that we love so much, you can actually get alcohol in your frozen Coke here. You can do a frozen rum and Coke with Captain Morgan, or you can do a frozen Jack Daniels and Coke. Doesn't sound too bad. Now, when you order your frozen Coke or your frozen beverage in general, it does typically come with a souvenir cup, a Hakuna Matata Simba souvenir cup, but you can get it in a regular cup like I did. And there's a nice little seating area in the back that if you want to bring your frozen beverages and just kind of relax for a bit, they have this little area as well. It's right on the water. Brain freeze. Okay, yeah, careful of that. You know what? Drinkwallah, the animal is a bat. It's dark. Look at this. It's dark inside there. It's in Asia, and bats are on the Maharaja Jungle Trek in Asia. But look, bats would definitely be in here. I'm just throwing it out there, guys. Yeah, bats belong here. They even got cages. Look at this. This is a cage. Cages for the bats. We're still on the 0 train. This next food location has a 0, according to AllEars.net. So you gotta let us know your thoughts. So that way we bump it up to something, even if you hate it. Let us know. This is the Anandapur ice cream truck. Obviously, this is where you find all of your ice cream needs. You can get soft serve on a waffle cone, your floats, but this specialty thing here is the Yeti Sundae, which is chocolate soft serve topped with vanilla soft serve, blue cake crumbs, sugar, sweet snowflakes, and a chocolate Yeti image. I will say the Yeti Sundae isn't bad. It is very hard to eat, and it is very messy because it is blue. It's so blue, you'll be blue for the rest of the day. So, people with kids, if you want your child to be blue, I forgot the song. And of course, you can grab your beer here, your Dasani water. Gross. The thing I think is underappreciated about this is all the artwork on the actual truck. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And if you're not getting anything, at least take a picture of it or look at it because it's just gorgeous. Which is why I think the Anandapur ice cream truck, the animal, is a tiger. Hear me out. 1, Asia, tiger. 2, tigers are gorgeous. But much like this Yeti blue ice cream. If you get too close to it, it's gonna wreck you. Tiger. The Thirsty River Bar and Trek Snacks is located in Asia, right at the base of Expedition Everest. Now, I'll be honest, there is nothing super special about Thirsty River Bar and Trek Snacks. It's a very creative way to house a bar and a popcorn stand. That is what it is, which is why we're going to cover it, because they did a really great job of, oh, what's Thirsty River Bar and Trek Snacks? Oh, Trek Snacks is literally a popcorn stand where you can grab your Mickey ice cream bar, your chips, your Mickey shaped pretzel with cheese. However, you can get a lot of different souvenir popcorn buckets here. Like currently they have the Mickey skeleton and the Donald candy corn. And then literally right next door is the open bar. It's the Thirsty River Bar, where you can find rotating signature beverages. Like right now they have the Yeti Sunset, which is Jack Daniel's Tennessee whiskey and strawberry and lychee lemonade, and the Shimmering Green Margarita, which is Reposado tequila and Reyes chili liqueur, lime juice, simple syrup, and pineapple juice. Now you can just get a well drink. You can order kind of whatever you want. If you just want like a Jack and Coke or a whiskey ginger or a vodka tonic, those are totally acceptable here because it is a full bar. Once again, 0 reviews for Thirsty River Bar and Trek Snacks, so you gotta let us know what your thoughts are on this. But I'm gonna, a hot take here, I'm gonna give it an animal that you probably wouldn't expect. I'm gonna give Thirsty River Bar and Trek Snacks the okapi. Now the okapi is a antelope-like creature with black and white stripes on its butt. Now the reason I'm giving this the okapi is because you will, 9 times out of 10, you'll always see the okapi. There are times, depending on when you're at Kilimanjaro Safari, sometimes you'll see an animal, sometimes you won't, but you will almost always see an okapi. So just like Thirsty River Bar, the okapi will never let you down for a good time. Tamu Tamu is going to be your Dole Whip location here in Africa. Of course, it's going to come with all of your Dole Whip favorites, your Dole Whip pineapple float, your pineapple cup. There are even some Dole Whip items that do come with alcohol, like the Dole Whip pineapple float topped with Parrot Bay coconut rum. But their specialty item here is the Simba Sunset, which is Dole Whip pineapple with strawberry. But if for my people who love alcohol out there, such as myself, you can do the King's Cooler, which is Dole Whip pineapple topped with Parrot Bay coconut rum and strawberry. And AllEars.net, you're going to be surprised at this rating. On AllEars.net, they rated it 0, nothing, nada, zip, nope. You know what to do. The animal for this has got to be the flamingo. Why? Look at the Simba Sunset. It's pink, it's yellow and pink and strawberry. It's flamboyant. What is a bunch of penguins in a group called? The Flamboyants. Come on. Rainforest Cafe. You knew we had to talk about it. A wild place to shop and eat. Before we even get into Rainforest Cafe and its rating and why it's good or bad, I do want to talk about this secret entrance and exit. Yes, there is a secret entrance from Rainforest Cafe into Animal Kingdom. That for some reason, if you're eating breakfast here, which many people do, and you want to enter the park, you have your own secret entrance right here. Now, if you've ever been to Rainforest Cafe, and I mean the Rainforest Cafe, because there are many of them all over the world. It is in fact a dining area that puts you in the middle of a rainforest, and every once in a while you will see animatronic animals come to life, and it actually simulates a live rainstorm without getting you wet. Now this is definitely, I would say, a family restaurant. It's gonna have everything you would want and more under the sun. When it comes to food, the menu is huge and it can be overwhelming. Burgers, chicken, salads, pizzas, nachos, the works. It's all basic American food. But you'd be surprised at how many people make reservations to get in. Sometimes it's over an hour-and-a-half wait. It is your run-of-the-mill chain restaurant, which means the portions are gonna be huge and the price goes along with those portions. It is definitely not a cheap meal. You're about to go into Animal Kingdom. Why would you waste your time and money, in my opinion, on Rainforest Cafe when you're about to have a plethora of options that you probably haven't tried before? Now, currently the Rainforest Cafe has a 4.9 out of 10, and that does make sense. For all the hate that I just gave Rainforest Cafe, on the other side of that coin, kids love it for sure. It will definitely have something that your kids will enjoy eating, and they will be excited by their surroundings. If I were to give the Rainforest Cafe an animal, yeah, it'd be the tree frog. It's the mascot. Just take it. Next up on our list, Pizzafari. Make your appetite extinct with pizzas, salads, desserts, and more, all while spying critters gracing a series of colorful murals and mosaics in 5 themed rooms. Pizzafari is going to be your puff pizza location here at Animal Kingdom. You're going to hear this from many people, both people who frequent Animal Kingdom, the AllEars team, even our friends over at Disney Food Blog. They're going to say Pizzafari is not the place to be. Now, I'm not going to say that it's just because it's the worst pizza ever. That's not true. It is your standard puff pizza that you can find at anywhere on Disney property. An equivalent to this would be Pizza Rizzo's over at Hollywood Studios. But for the picky eaters, specifically the younger ones, this is a great option because you know exactly what you're going to get. It is your standard puff pizza for around $11. There is seating outdoors, light seating outdoors. The thing that's really tough about Pizzafari is that the atmosphere just feels cold and unwelcoming. Yes, there are these really, pretty murals and mosaics all throughout. However, it's dark. There's almost zero music in there. It's really quiet. The reason why Pizza Rizzo's, I feel, is a little more accepted is because it's Muppets, and there's jokes, and there are fun themes like wedding room, and it feels like a fun pizza joint. Currently on AllEars.net, it is rated a 6.3 out of 10, which they're certainly not wrong. I typically have more empathy, just as a person in general. However, walking through there in that moment, I was like, this is not great. It's just unwelcoming. So pizza aside, it's the atmosphere that really is just a no-go for me. The animal that I'm gonna give Pizzafari is actually a lizard. Yep, it's one of the lizards, geckos that you can see on the walkthrough trails. Why? Because there are lizards everywhere, all over Pizzafari. And 2, lizards can be cold, they're very quiet, and you know what you're gonna expect from a lizard. Over in Dinoland USA, right next to Restaurantosaurus, is Dino Bite Snacks, and that's gonna be your ice cream stop in Dinoland USA. Now, what's unique about Dino Bite Snacks, as opposed to different ice cream locations here at Animal Kingdom, is that it actually features hand-scooped Haagen-Dazs ice cream in a waffle cone. In case you've had enough of that soft serve, they do have soft serve here as well, but they do feature Haagen-Dazs ice cream. You can do your floats, you can do your sundaes, but the big thing, their specialty ice cream situation they have here is going to be their Dino Dig ice cream sandwich for $7.29, and that's basically vanilla ice cream sandwiched between 2 house-made sugar cookies with chocolate sprinkles, cookie crumbs, sugar bones, and a white chocolate dinosaur. Now, you may have seen different ice cream sandwiches here at Dino Bite Snacks in the past, like when they were celebrating the 50th anniversary, they had a 50th ice cream sandwich here. Check back, because you never know when you might find a new ice cream sandwich available. Now, surprisingly, on AllEars.net, this is ranked 7 out of 10. 7, of which, I mean, I think it's gotta be because of their specialty ice cream sandwiches or the Haagen-Dazs scooped ice cream. It's gotta be it, because typically stands like this don't get that huge of a rating. This is Restaurantosaurus, where you delight in prehistoric paleontology student humor as you dine on Angus burgers, chicken nuggets, and more in a dino-themed dorm. Enjoy ice-cold beverages and safari amber draft beer. Now, I'm sure the student dorm thing is a little confusing. The story goes that dinosaur fossils were found, so they built the Dino Institute, but this is where the paleontology students who were helping with the excavation, this were their living quarters as well as their cafeteria. And so inside you'll see a lot of different, homages to dinosaurs, the prehistoric times. It's very much lodge-esque. Now, Restaurantosaurus used to be sponsored by McDonald's. You'd find McDonald's fries here and McDonald's burgers, things like that. There are even some homages to McDonald's in the actual dinosaur attraction, where you see 3 pipes, and each one of them are labeled the chemical symbol for ketchup, mustard, and mayonnaise. But now Restaurantosaurus is sponsored by Impossible, which is your meat substitutions, your plant-based meat substitutions. So they do, of course, they do have Impossible spicy Southwestern burger, but they do have, for people who don't want to do the Impossible, they do have normal burgers and chicken salad. It's very, I would say it's your typical theme park food here. What's also fun and pretty unique about Restaurantosaurus is that during busy times, which is currently right now, they do have the occasional pop-up lounge, Restaurantosaurus Lounge. But this is where you can find some of their specialty beverages like the Tequilasaurus, Fermented Fossil, Carnotaurus, Meteorus. So let's go check it out. There is some seating in here available, but it is also just a full bar, so you don't have to order off of their specialty menu. They do have wine, they do have beer and hard seltzers, but as you can see from the back, it is just a full bar, which is, again, for people who are doing your Animal Kingdom bar crawl, it's perfect. Now, currently on AllEars.net, it is only rated a 7.2, and that about tracks. It is your middle of the road. It's your backlot express of Animal Kingdom, if that means anything to you. And the animal I was going to choose for this was going to be the Carnotaurus, the angry dinosaur that is chasing after you on the dinosaur attraction, literally across the way. But then I was like, no, it's sponsored by Impossible, which means it's got to be an herbivore, so a Brontosaurus. Plant-based. I am currently at Harambe Market, and I did not realize it closed so early. It is currently 4:58, and things are closing down. So it's important to know that if there is some sort of food item or a restaurant that you are hoping to hit up, check out your My Disney Experience app, because depending on park hours, restaurants, specifically restaurants, don't open with park open, and sometimes they don't close with park closed. So if there's something specific you're looking for, make sure to check the My Disney Experience app for those available times. Harambe Market is a quick service location that is very based, that is more, I guess, on the health side, I suppose. You can get a lot of great bowls, rice, chicken, steak, but it's definitely going to be more on the healthier side. You can grab a ribs and chicken bowl, which is cilantro rice and mixed greens, even a Harambe salad with grilled chicken. And of course, there are kids' meals where you can get a chicken bowl, PB&J Uncrustable, and chicken breast nuggets. Something that's that's pretty cool about Harambe Market is you can actually take a seat over here and wave to the train. Hi, everybody. They even have a fun, it's not secret, but it's kind of hidden bar. Specifically during busier times, this window will be open and you can grab a Harambe sunrise, African wildflower, and a bunch of different drinks back here. Oftentimes it's not a wait because it is pretty hidden, but this is Harambe Market. Now, what is the AllEars.net rating for these African-inspired street foods? It is a 7.2 out of 10. Not bad. I would say the reason it's on the lower side is because Africa in Animal Kingdom it happens to be, in my opinion, one of the hottest areas of Animal Kingdom. And yes, there's some coverage, as you can see, but it is still pretty hot over here, and that's why it typically deters me from getting steak and chicken and rice and eating outside and in the heat. But the food is delicious and definitely on the healthier side, which I'm on a health kick, so I'll be back. I would say that the animal that best correlates with the marketplace is the giraffe. Well, because giraffe tends to eat healthily, and the rooftops here, they are super tall. The trees, they are super tall. You're not going to get a lot of coverage, and giraffes don't get a lot of coverage because they're so high up in the air. But lots of tall buildings over here, and you can find a giraffe on the Kilimanjaro Safari, African-inspired. I'm figuring it out. I'm making it up. The Harambe Fruit Market here in Africa is actually a surprise hit. And I know you wonder, why are we talking about a fruit stand in the middle of Africa? We said no normal popcorn stands, things that you can find anywhere else. But the reason we're here is because of one specific factor, a yellow factor, that actually made AllEars.net and our friends over at Disney Food Blog one of the best snacks here at Animal Kingdom, and that is the corn. Of course, I'm referring to the grilled corn on the cob with African seasonings. Now, it is as simple as that. Why is corn on the cob so amazing? It is drenched in butter from head to toe. It is as if it took a shower and said, hey, you know what? Forget the water. I'm calling in butter today. And took a shower full of butter and then decided to towel off with African spices. The African spices provide kind of a kick. I wouldn't say it's spicy, but it's more of a peppery kick. The sweetness of the corn versus this the African spices and the butter is a great kind of linchpin to tie it all together. Really is one of my favorite snacks, and I guess the viewer snacks as well, because it's currently at a 7.2, rated 7.2 out of 10 on AllEars.net. And I guarantee you that Cheeto bag over there is not the thing carrying the Harambe fruit market. It's the corn. Now the animal is going to be the goats at the end of the Kilimanjaro Safari attraction. Why? I'll tell you why. Because what are goats doing in an African safari? I don't know. What's this really fantastic best snack in Animal Kingdom, corn on the cob, doing at a random fruit market? I don't know. Both of these things are out of place. This next one is shocking. This is actually the Smiling Crocodile. The Smiling Crocodile is a small stand here in Discovery Island that really focuses on tacos. Now, the thing about the Smiling Crocodile is that it's seasonal, and I don't mean winter or spring, I mean capacity seasonal. It is not always open. It does open typically when you see higher crowds. But this is where you can grab your pulled pork street tacos, your chicken street tacos, your street corn tacos. It does have a couple alcoholic beverages like beer. You can grab your bottled water, your soft drinks there. We'll have the occasional specialty cocktail there as well, which is exciting. I have been to the Smiling Crocodile. It is not my favorite typically. It is a soft taco. It's not a hard shell taco, but the tortilla tends to be a little hard to chew. When I say chew, I mean like it's tough. It's got an 8 out of 10, and I checked because it only has one review. So if you want a more realistic review of the Smiling Crocodile, try the Smiling Crocodile, then go to AllEars.net and review it. We'll get more reviews. It'll make more sense on the scale of things. But for now, it's an 8 out of 10. Congratulations! For the Smiling Crocodile, the animal has got to be the crocodile that you can find on Kilimanjaro Safari, because that's pretty self-explanatory. All right, moving on. Over in Africa, there is a restaurant/family buffet called Tusker House. It's a family buffet with an African flavor, and this is definitely a great character dining spot where you can enjoy a taste of adventure with your favorite Disney characters at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The whole thing is hosted by Donald and his friends, where you try a boundless bounty of tandoori spice-rubbed rotisserie chicken, braised beef, green curry, shrimp, and rotisserie pork, served alongside salads and sides with an African flair. Guest ages 3 through 9 is $38 a person, and guest ages 10 and over, it is $59 a person, but it is all you care to enjoy, a family buffet with African flair. Now currently on AllEars.net, it is rated 8.2 out of 10. I don't want to say too much about it because we have a full review of Tusker House coming out on the channel soon, so stay tuned for that. I'm excited. I've never been to Tusker House, so it'll be my first time. Let's go. If I were to choose an Animal Kingdom animal, I'm gonna say it's a lion. Why? Because it is directly in the heart of Africa, right next to festivals of the Lion King, right next to the Kilimanjaro Safari where you can see lions. I think it's probably some of the most African-inspired dishes that you can get here at Animal Kingdom. And I think if the Tusker House is gonna represent any animal, it's gonna be the African lion. This is Yakin Yeti Restaurant, where you can discover exciting Pan-Asian cuisine at a quaint village home that's been transformed into a restaurant. At the base of Expedition Everest sits Yakin Yeti Restaurant, a table-service eatery serving delicious dishes from various regions across Asia. This is definitely going to be for some of your more adventurous eaters, but they do have some things that are for everybody, I guess, that you would see on normal menus, like firecracker shrimp, egg rolls, burgers. There's even a Beyond Burger for our plant-based eaters. But the goal at Yakin Yeti Restaurant is really elevated Asian cuisine. So you're gonna see the sweet and sour chicken, honey chicken, dragon bowl, Kobe beef, those kinds of finds. It is a table service restaurant, which means you will need to make a reservation. However, what I think is really interesting, two things. The first thing is that this is not a Disney-owned restaurant. It's actually owned by the same people who own Rainforest Cafe, a chain restaurant. Now, there are vast differences between Rainforest Cafe and Yakin Yeti Restaurant. I do believe the quality of food at Yakin Yeti is much higher than at Rainforest Cafe. However, prices very similar. But a fun hack, if you'd like to eat at Yakin Yeti and you don't have a last minute reservation, there is a bar where you can order off of the menu, you grab a drink. However, there are only 6 or 7 seats at the bar, so it is first come, first serve. You're gonna have to nab a seat as quickly as possible. And you can get drinks to go at the bar as well. And on AllEars.net, the ranking is actually 8.4 out of 10. 8.4, not a bad ranking. That's like a B. So hey, not bad. Yakin Yeti. Do I give Yakin Yeti the animal of the yak or the mythical creature Yeti? We'll be nice. We'll give it a Yeti. Yeah, you're the Yeti, not a yak. Although yak would be funny. You know what? This is gonna be a Yeti because you know what animal I'm gonna give yak? The one next door, which is a much smaller version of Yakin Yeti. This is Yakin Yeti Local Food Cafe, which actually offers quick service versions of some of the food that you're gonna see at Yakin Yeti. Still the same Asian-inspired food, however, it's gonna feel like it's takeout. So you'll still get your honey sesame chicken, your rib tips, your sweet and sour tempura shrimp, and yes, even your chicken fried rice, but it actually looks like Chinese takeout. And because it is quick service, the pricing does match that. You're not going to find as expensive items here. However, you know, the honey sesame chicken is still around $15. Mobile ordering is available here as well. There is a seating area right next to Local Foods Cafe. It is all open air. Some of it is covered, some of it is uncovered. There's a small beverage stand right here at the Local Foods Cafe sit-down area where you can grab your specialty drinks, your alcoholic beverages. For some reason, it's busy enough to open Smiling Crocodile, but not busy enough to open the quality beverages here at Local Foods Cafe. So, I don't know. And there's a fun restroom back here as well at Local Foods Cafe in case you gotta go. The animal for this restaurant is definitely yak. And the current rating on AllEars.net is a 7.6 out of 10. If you feel differently, gotta go on the site, let us know. I did say I wasn't gonna mention these, but across from Yakin Yeti, there is a Joffrey's. It is hidden. That's the only reason I'm mentioning it because I didn't know about it until a couple months ago. I was like, this is a Joffrey's? It's very hidden. But you'll see Royal Anandapur Tea Company. That is a Joffrey's coffee and tea where you can grab your Joffrey's in case creature comforts. The Starbucks location is way too busy. In Pandora, World of Avatar, right next to Wind Traders, there is a little stand called Pongu Pongu where you can wet your whistle at this popular drink stand run by an expat who fell in love with Pandora and never left. Now, when the World of Pandora talks about expats, they mean formerly people who used to work for the RDA who would kind of harvest the land and run these machines. They were part of the military who was trying to take Pandora for its resources. Now, Pongu Pongu actually means party party in the language of Na'vi. And Pongu Pongu welcomes weary travelers to try their indigenous beers or even a sweet snack you won't find anywhere else in the galaxy. Here at Pongu Pongu, yes, you may find your giant Na'vi-sized pretzel because the Na'vi are obviously much larger than we are, but you're also going to find the very controversial Pongu Lumpia, which is a pineapple cream cheese-filled spring roll. Now, I am typically a no-go on the Pongu Lumpia. Now we know Pongu Pongu stands for party party. It's called the Party Lumpia, and it is not a party in your mouth. It is literally cream cheese with pineapple chunks, and it's kind of warmed up, so it feels like it's almost a little curdled in a spring roll casing. Some people love it, some people hate it. I do not love it, but hey, you can try for yourself. The big thing that you're going to want to try here is the specialty non-alcoholic beverage, actually, the Night Blossom. And the Night Blossom is non-alcoholic, and it features layers of apple and dessert pear limeade topped with boba balls. On AllEars.net, Pongu Pongu is currently rated at an 8.2. It's a pretty high rating. Because I'm in the world of Pandora, if I have to give it an animal, I've got to obviously give it a Pandoran animal, and I'm going to give it a kula, which is a water creature in the Pandoran world. They like to swim at night and something like that, and so obviously because of Night Blossom, you got to give it to Akula, the water creature. This is Tiffin's. Now, Tiffin celebrates the art of traveling, feature a diverse menu drawing from places that inspired the creation of Disney's Animal Kingdom. So you are going to get a lot of African-inspired dishes, Asia-inspired dishes. This is definitely for your adventurous eaters. Now, something I always recommend here at Tiffin's if you're coming to visit is getting their signature bread service. This restaurant is known for their bread service. However, let me go back to when I say it's for adventurous eaters. You can grab anything from honey and chili glazed pork belly, charred octopus, lamb stuffed dates, tamarind braised short rib, and whole fried sustainable fish. It is open for lunch and dinner, but this is a table service restaurant, which means you are going to have to make a reservation if you want to dine here. They do have a few different location-inspired rooms, but they do have outdoor seating, waterfront seating, indoor seating. Definitely something you want to try if you're feeling a little bit adventurous. On AllEars.net, it's been ranked 8.5 out of 10, which is a pretty high score. Just definitely a recommend and not a skip on the list. But again, only for those more adventurous eaters.
It's raining now.
Definitely raining much harder now. We'll just stay here on the under the awning next to the orange wall and just do the rest of the restaurant rankings. The animal I'm gonna give Tiffin's is probably a fish. Like you can find fish kind of like in the pond in the aviary at the Gorilla Falls walking trail. Why a fish? Because Tiffin's. Also, I feel like you got to be pretty adventurous to be a fish. You know, it's a big ocean. You don't know what's out there. You see a hook and you're adventurous. You're like, maybe I should just chew on it a little bit just to see what happens. And then you get eaten. So, Tiffin's is a fish. Flame Tree BBQ is going to be your barbecue location here on Discovery Island. And this might be a hot take, but I have yet to have something really bad here. Every time I'm here, I always really enjoy the food as well as the scenery. But this is barbecue to the max. You've got your ribs, chicken, and pulled pork sampler, your smoked pulled pork sandwich, and the fan favorite baked macaroni and cheese with pulled pork, this time topped with onion rings and coleslaw. Now, if you remember over at 8 Spoons Cafe, you will get a version of this baked macaroni and cheese with pulled pork, but you won't get the onion rings on top. It is a quick service location here in Animal Kingdom, which means mobile ordering is available. It might be a tad heavy for the average theme park goer, but what's awesome and mind-blowing every time I go is that they always have this extremely serene, peaceful seating area behind the actual restaurant itself. Gorgeous waterfront seating. You're surrounded by lush greenery. Absolutely stunning, gorgeous images. Rushing water. And really, really unique views of Animal Kingdom and Kilimanjaro Safari. There is so much seating back here, you can actually get lost. Not for nothing, I could be here all day. Sometimes we have to stop in the middle of a video, in the middle of a shoot, and we have to do something on our computer or our phone, and this is if I'm here at Animal Kingdom, this is the place I would come. Go to an empty seat, pull out my laptop, pull out my phone, and to edit a video, do a voiceover or something, this would be the place because it's peaceful, it's gorgeous. It gets yourself in the right mindset. Currently, it's at an 8.6 out of 10 on AllEars.net, which not a bad rating. But if I were to give this place its own animal, it would be the macaw, and a colorful one too. At the beginning of every Animal Kingdom day, it flies high above the trees, high above the crowd, Discovery Island. It's always been a great welcome to Animal Kingdom, and it's serene, it's peaceful. I feel one with the Animal Kingdom, with the Circle of Life, and that's what that macaw makes me feel. I'm one with the Circle of Life, baby. Kusafiri Coffee Shop and Bakery is your hole-in-the-wall, window-operated food location here in Africa, where you can only actually get 3 different food items. That would be the marinated pork flatbread sandwich, the impossible empanadas, or the marinated chicken flatbread sandwich. Now, coffee shop, yes, you can actually get fresh brewed Joffreys there as well. You can't get all the lattes and the things like that. It's literally just hot, fresh brewed Joffrey's coffee as well. That's why it's coffee and bakery. The thing that the AllEars team really loves getting here, specifically me and Breed love, even though I'm not vegan and he is the plant-based impossible empanadas. They are delicious. The outside casing is flaky and crispy and buttery, and the Impossible meat is seasoned well. It's got a variety of spices, really, and the sauce that they pair it with, it really takes it over the top. Currently, Kusafiri is rated at an 8.7 out of 10 on AllEars.net, which seems pretty high up there for a hole-in-the-wall window joint, but Impossible empanadas, they're super worth it. You gotta give it a try. If I'm gonna give this hole-in-the-wall window thing a animal, it would be a meerkat, which you can find on the Gorilla Falls walking trail, the animal trail. Why a meerkat? Because you don't expect much out of them. They're super tiny. They keep popping out of holes. They're a hole in the wall, popping out of holes. But they're so cute, and I love them. We've made it to a super duper fan favorite, Mr. Kamals here in Asia, specifically where you can grab Mr. Kamals seasoned fries. Now, it is not the seasoned fries everybody has known over the past couple years. It went through many variations, from having, this sauce on top of it to having 2 different dipping sauces. Now it just has sriracha mayonnaise. Unfortunately, right now, Mr. Kamals fries, they're seasoned well, they're really good. The sriracha mayo is a great pairing with the current seasoning happening on the fries. However, if you had the fries before, it is a tad disappointing because it is currently just fries with a fun seasoning. And sriracha mayo, you can get anywhere. But they do have some dumplings as well, which are a nice addition, they're a nice offering, but I do miss all the dipping sauces that came with Mr. Kamals fries. Let's bring that back. Currently, AllEars.net, Mr. Kamals fries are rated a 9 out of 10, which is a super high rating. If I were to compare Mr. Kamals to an animal, I would say it's the naked mole rat on the Gorilla Falls walking trail. Why? Because these fries used to be decorated with so many flavors and sauces and things, and now they're just naked. Naked mole rat, naked mole rat. And for the craziest upset of the day, this is the 3rd highest rated food location in all of Animal Kingdom. Third, all right? It's actually Trilo Bites that rates 9 out of 10 on AllEars.net. What? But according to Disney, here at Trilo Bites, you can dig up a tasty score before you transform into a fossil. Avoid extinction at all costs by sinking your teeth into zesty buffalo chicken chips or cooling off with frosty floats, draft beer, and more. Their big specialty items at Trilo Bites are the buffalo chicken chips, which I haven't had yet, but I cannot wait to sink my teeth into that. Like a dinosaur. Get it? Love it? Hate it? As well as the Trilo Bites twist. Definitely. Oh, hi! Sure! To find out why this was rated so high, I got the chips. I did talk to a cast member and I said, what's the most popular thing, and they definitely said it was the buffalo chicken chips. So we're gonna give it a try. Now the buffalo chicken chips are house-made chips served with buffalo chicken and blue cheese dressing topped with tomato and celery relish. And the blue cheese, we got some relish on it, we got some chicken and the hot sauce, all that on stuff. Here we go. Yeah, that's impressive. The house-made chips are thin, they're crispy, they're so house-made, they've even got some of those big bubble chips. Now house-made chips can either make or break your entire dish, because if you over fry them, they're too crispy, they're oily, but if you under fry them, they're tough and they're soft, and the chips are really well done. The balance between the blue cheese and the hot sauce, it's a good balance. One is not overpowering the other. The relish does nothing for me, truly. And that's probably just a personal opinion, but overall, really impressed for just like something that's super simple, like buffalo chicken chips. I'd get this again, and I'd recommend it. In fact, I now understand why this is a 9 out of 10. An ice cream treat and a margarita with buffalo chicken chips. How can you go wrong? And the twist is actually orange Dole Whip and vanilla soft serve swirled together, but the vanilla has green food coloring, so it's very Animal Kingdom dinosaur, I don't know. It's orange and green. The last thing I'll say about this is that 1000%, it is a full meal. Definitely shareable. Apparently I was hungry. There goes my diet. I didn't know that was gonna happen. The animal that I'm gonna say, I think, because again, Dinoland USA, I think it's gonna be a raptor. Why? Because though they may be small, they are mighty. Raptors. Satuli Canteen is a place where you can indulge in the art and culture of the Na'vi while dining in a former RDA mess hall. Here's where you can discover more healthful dishes as well as familiar flavors, but they're all from another world. So these are all flavors that you would probably recognize at any restaurant. However, because they are from the world of Pandora, they are definitely a little bit different. There are some vegetarian options as well, plant-based options. For example, the cheeseburger pod. Now you can get that for adults, or there's a kids version of that as well. Now it is more of a bao bun type pod situation, but it still is otherworldly. You can also create your own Satuli bowls where you can pick your protein, like chicken or shrimp, get your base, add your toppings, and kind of create your own bowl. You can see the cold, the gray, the military aspect of it all, the airplane hangar of it all. And then all of a sudden, because the Na'vi have taken over, you can see the lanterns, the beads, the warmth, kind of some of the weapons, the earth tones. Now, if you know me, you know I'm all about storytelling, and I love that Satuli Canteen is basically combining two worlds into one food location. Satuli Canteen was rated a 9 out of 10 on AllEars.net, which I totally concur with that rating. That's definitely fair. It's definitely one of the better quick service locations because mobile ordering is available for Satuli Canteen. Also, Satuli Canteen is a banshee. How could it not be? Come on, guys. But now it is officially time for the highest ranked restaurant location here at Animal Kingdom. What's it gonna be? A surprise to no one, Nomad Lounge. Nomad Lounge asks you to explore a world of distinctively delicious offerings to satisfy your taste for adventure. Located next to Tiffin's restaurant, where the globe-trotting adventures of the Imagineers and animal experts who developed and built Disney's Animal Kingdom Park are celebrated, Nomad Lounge invites all to stake a claim in their own wanderlust over mouth-watering small plates and a large selection of beer, wine, and mixed drinks. What I think is pretty cool when they say stake their claim, what they mean is festive banners hang in the center of the lounge, and each banner poses a different question about traveling the world and the thrill of discovery. Now, during your visit, you can talk to a cast member and you can actually jot down some of the answers to these questions on these little tags provided by cast members. And later on, your responses will be hung on a tag chandelier suspended above the bar. And that's how you stake your claim here at Nomad Lounge. Now, this is actually a 9.2 out of 10 on AllEars.net. It's the highest rated food location here at Disney Animal Kingdom, and for good reason. They have some great small bites, and this is the AllEars team. This is our place. If we're gonna sit down for a bit and enjoy some food or some beverages, this is the place that we go. They have a super relaxing outdoor lounge that is waterfront, and you can actually see the character flotillas go by as you're relaxing and enjoying a nice cocktail, or you can sit inside at one of the mini couches or even pull up a seat to the bar. Two things I have to recommend if you're coming to Nomad Lounge. I recommend you grab the churros. They're gluten-free churros, and they're probably the best churros here at Disney World. But if you are in the mood for a cocktail, I recommend the Tempting Tigress, which is a whiskey-based cocktail that's both smooth and sweet. It's like it's a little bit of a sweeter old-fashioned, if you will. Now, surprisingly, even though it is a lounge, it is not a mobile order situation. It's not something you can just, walk up and take a seat, unless you're going to the bar. If you're going to the bar, not an issue. You take a seat at the bar, all good. But Nomad Lounge, you also have to make a reservation for. It is, in fact, a table service restaurant, so you can do that on your My Disney Experience app, but I love Nomad Lounge. If you make any stop anywhere else, come to Nomad Lounge, because you won't be sorry. If Nomad Lounge was an animal, I believe it would be the mighty pachyderm. It's an elephant. It's an elephant. Why? Because this would be the watering hole, and Nomad Lounge certainly packs a punch. They're powerful. They're powerful. So, yes. Right, cocktail time, got it. If you like this video, go ahead and like, subscribe. Now go watch Fry rank all the restaurants in Magic Kingdom. All right, cocktail time, yeah. Bar seat for one, please.